I don't think I actually learned how to like actually work on my game until I came to the US.
Wow. So once basketball without borders happened, you get identified, and your father works out this scholarship to, I believe it's called God's Academy.
Yep, God's
in
Academy,
Texas.
That's the most Texas name for high school.
Yeah. Oh man.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course, it's called God's Academy. Anyways, at that point now, you're full tilt, you're full throttle, you're really into basketball, and you've never really watched basketball either.
No.
So do you remember your sort of your first viewing experiences, or like was there a player that you sort of were like, oh, I could do what he does? Was there a player that you sort of modeled your game after?
I think early on, like again, like I didn't watch that much basketball, right? Like so in my head, I'm just like, okay, like coming in, I always seen like African kids. It's like you get to a certain level and you're big because you're pretty tall, and it's like you're on the post, right? Like you run, you dunk, and early on, I think one thing I just always thought like, damn, like I wish I can do like more. Like because again, coming back to me being a little kid, I wanted to be different. Like I never wanted to do the same thing. So I'm always thinking like, yo, like I don't want to be just on a block and just, you know, like be a post player. Like I wanna do different things. So I always like kind of watch like players that like handle the ball, like, you know, like Kevin Durant or Tracy McGrady, like anything that I could find, really. I think at that point was just like, I'm just trying to find anybody that's kind of tall and that can handle the ball. And like, that's what I want. And it was a dream, obviously, because I was nowhere near those players. But in my head, it was always like, yo, like I want to be different. Like I don't want to just be on the post. Like, and those are the people that I kind of watch early on.
Would you describe your game as somewhat unconventional?
I think it's different. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's
different. Hard. I was thinking about this. Like, it's hard to classify you as a player because you do so many different things, and you do so many different things well. But there's also just like there's a fluidness, but also a herky jerkiness to how you move. Yeah. There's not a lot of guys your size that are shooting floaters. There's just this whole package of stuff that you've sort of picked up along the way.
Right. And I think like again, like I said, I just. Some of those things I feel like it was just there, right? Like, and obviously I work a lot. I work really hard on some things, but I just feel like even coming up, like I said, my mentality was always to want to be different and do different things, and I just didn't want to like, and I played in the post because I had to, right? Like in college, like that's all I did. Like I didn't shoot a three in college. I think I shot like 10 threes my whole college career, like.
We were talking about this in the plane over how few threes you had taken before you made it to the NBA.
Yeah, like I didn't shoot any threes at all. Like it was like maybe like 3 hours on the post or like in college. But I always wanted to be different. And I remember going to Rico Hines because that's the guy I worked out with. And from the first day, we always said like we're not gonna just work on post moves. Like we're gonna work on ball handling. We're gonna work on like floaters and your touch and I always felt like I was mobile enough, to do different things, and I just think it's natural. It just happened,